Okay, so component number 4 is when we finally get to the headline, right? So you got to think of it like this. They saw your image and it stopped them in their tracks. They quickly jumped up to see where it was coming from so that it looks like a person. They, on the way back down to look at the headline, they're looking at maybe what you said here about what you shared. This headline, though, is the thing that sells it. This is the one sentence that is going to finally get them to click. And by the time they get done reading this, they're ready to go. Okay? You got their attention. You passed the trust test. Boom. Now they're going to read this headline and decide whether they want to click and learn more or not. So here's the thing, and this is the trick, and this is what you have to do. You have to get out of the whole mindset of doing this. The 5 things to take your business to 7 figures per year. That sounds like theory, okay? People are tired of theory. They've seen it. They've been burnt out on it. This is not just in an online marketing world. This is across the board. People are no longer interested in that kind of headline. They are interested in case studies. So you've got to start really putting things together that seem like it's a case study. So that same headline is written like this to be effective. The 5 magic hires, very specific, right? 5 magic hires that took Fearless Social, a real company. So it's specific. It's, okay, I'm going to read about this company to 7 figures per year. Very specific, 7 figures per year. And then very specific again in 18 months. Okay, so then we've got a description here that sort of basically says the same thing that we said up here. So I'm not so worried about that. Up here is where it matters. So here's the formula that I use to do this. Always think of this as a case study. Would you go read a blog post that taught this? And if you read a blog post that taught this, that's the beginning. And that's what I think of is I would love to go read a blog post about a case study and it's that specific. That's what I'm going to learn when I get to the blog post. So think about it like this. You're going to list your feature, you're going to list your benefit, and you're going to list your accessory benefit. That's the headline formula. Okay, so the feature is this, the 5 magic hires. That's a feature. Nobody cares about hiring people. They care about the benefit of hiring people. So the benefit is this. It took Fearless Social to 7 figures per year. You know what? Hiring people to get us to 7 figures a year, that's a pretty good benefit. Now, the accessory benefit is usually time saved or money earned, okay? Think about that. In a lot of the things that you do, it's time saved or money earned. So even if you're in like weight loss and it has nothing to do with money, being able to lose 30 pounds in, 60 days, that's still time, right? So time saved. So what we're looking at here is the 5 magic hires feature that gave us a benefit and then list the accessory benefit. Those are the things that you're actually after in this headline. Now, if this jives well with the person, they are going to actually click through to get to your next thing. Now, here's the thing. If you're taking them to an opt-in page, they're probably going to expect a blog post if you're that specific. But if you're taking them to and they get to click and they land on an opt-in page, they're probably already at the point where they want to know about this so much that they're ready to opt in. So yeah, maybe they expect a blog post, no big deal. But if the information matches their need, then you've got them ready to go because they've already raised their hand with the click once and said, I'm interested. So you're ahead of the game, even if you just take them to an opt-in page. And then, by the way, this did take them into an opt-in page. We made money with this ad every single time. So what we've got here is, think of it like this. Your headline needs to look like a case study. I could have just as easily as said, the magic hires to get your business, or the hires that you need to make to get your business to 7 figures per year. That doesn't sound like a case study. It sounds like I'm trying to sell you something or get you to opt in somewhere. The 5 magic hires that took Fearless Social, very specific, to 7 figures per year in just 18 months sounds like a case study, and people love case studies. So try to make it more human, try to make it a real story, and that's where you're going to get a ton of people to actually click on your ad. So there you go. After we get to that, everything you've got so far leads to sort of the next steps, which is the final 2 components, which are also very powerful. So let's get to them.